NaLyssa Smith, remember the name? Drafted second overall in the 2022 WNBA draft, she was the beacon of hope for the Indiana Fever. A young talent with immense potential, she was expected to change the fortunes of the team, a star in the making. From her high school days to her college career, Smith was always a standout. Her dedication, her drive, and her undeniable talent made her a force to be reckoned with on the court. The future of the Indiana Fever? Not anymore. Her sophomore season? It was supposed to be her breakout year, the season where she would solidify her place among the elite. But things took a turn for the worse. A disaster. Points down, minutes down, confidence gone. Smith's rookie year? Electric. Fans were excited. She brought energy, passion, and a sense of hope. But the sophomore slump hit hard. She was the real deal. Double-doubles were routine. Every game, she showed up and delivered. The fans adored her, and the team relied on her. She was the centerpiece of their strategy. The sky was the limit. But year two, a different story. The promise faded. The production vanished. What happened? Some blame injuries. They say she never fully recovered from a nagging ankle injury that hampered her performance. Others whisper about work ethic. Rumors swirled about her commitment to training and her focus. Was she putting in the same effort as before? Or had the early success gone to her head? Whatever the reason, the NaLyssa Smith of year two was a shadow of her former self. The spark was gone, and with it, the hopes of the Indiana Fever. The team struggled, and so did she. The Fever had a decision to make. Stick with the slumping star? Hope that she could rediscover her form and lead the team once again? Or was it time to cut their losses and move on? Stick with the slumping star. The decision wasn't easy. Smith had shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency was lacking. The team had invested heavily in her, both emotionally and financially. Or cut their losses and move on. The future of NaLyssa Smith and the Indiana Fever hung in the balance. Only time would tell if she could rise again, or if her fall from grace was permanent. Christy Sides, head coach of the Indiana Fever, tasked with turning the franchise around. But Sides had a problem. NaLyssa Smith, the former cornerstone of the franchise, now relegated to the bench. Sides demanded effort. She wanted hustle. She needed players she could trust in the clutch. Smith? She wasn't giving that. The minutes dwindled. The frustration grew. A rift was forming. The message was clear. Sides was done waiting. She needed players who could contribute now. Smith, clearly, was not part of the plan. The writing was on the wall. A trade was coming. Stephanie White, champion coach, proven winner, brought in to shake things up, to rebuild the Fever in her image. White's vision, up-tempo, aggressive, modern. NaLyssa Smith, not a fit. White coveted versatility, spacing the floor, three-point shooting. Smith, a traditional post player, a dying breed in today's NBA. Something had to give. White wasn't afraid to make tough choices, even if it meant trading away a former number 2 pick. The message was clear. White was building a new culture, a winning culture, and she was bringing in players who fit her vision. The trade sent shockwaves through the league. NaLyssa Smith, gone. Shipped to Dallas. The return, underwhelming. The message, brutal. The Fever had given up on their former star. Smith didn't stay silent. She lashed out, criticized the organization, said she was going to a team that believed in her. The fans were stunned. Was this the same NaLyssa they had cheered for? The bridge was burned. There was no going back. Smith was gone, and she wasn't happy about it. The Fever had moved on, but at what cost? Section 5. Enter the veteran Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham, a journeywoman, a player who has seen it all and done it all. From her college days at Missouri to her professional career, she has always been a fighter, a competitor, and a leader on and off the court. A role player, not a flashy name, but one who understands the game deeply. She knows her role and executes it to perfection. Whether it's coming off the bench to provide a spark or playing solid minutes as a starter, Cunningham is always ready. But she brought something the Fever desperately needed: shooting, defense, veteran leadership. Her ability to knock down the three-pointer made her a constant threat on the perimeter. On defense, she was relentless, always putting pressure on her opponents and never giving up on a play. Cunningham wouldn't single-handedly replace Smith's scoring, but she brought a different skill set. Her court vision and passing ability allowed her to create opportunities for her teammates. She was always looking to make the extra pass, to find the open player, and to keep the offense flowing smoothly. But she brought a different skill set. She was constantly working on her game, always looking to improve and add new dimensions to her play. Her dedication to her craft was evident in every practice, every drill, and every game. She could stretch the floor. Her ability to shoot from long range forced defenses to extend, creating more space for her teammates to operate. This spacing was crucial for the Fever's offensive system, allowing for more driving lanes and open shots. Open up driving lanes for her teammates. With Cunningham on the floor, her teammates found it easier to drive to the basket and make plays. Her presence made everyone around her better, a true mark of a valuable player. And she wouldn't back down from a challenge. Whether it was diving for a loose ball, taking a charge, or going up against the best players in the league, Cunningham's toughness and determination were never in question. She played with a chip on her shoulder, always looking to prove herself. Cunningham wasn't the future of the franchise, but she was a valuable piece. Her experience and leadership were invaluable to a young team looking to find its identity. She was a mentor to the younger players, always willing to share her knowledge and help them grow. But she was a valuable piece. Her ability to make strategic plays, her chemistry with her teammates, and her infectious energy made her an integral part of the team. She celebrated every success, big or small, and her positive attitude was contagious, a veteran presence to guide the young core. Cunningham's role extended beyond the court. She was a coach, a mentor, and a leader in practice. Her guidance helped shape the team's culture and set the standard for hard work and dedication. A shooter to space the floor. Her shooting ability was a key component of the Fever's offensive strategy. By spacing the floor, she created more opportunities for her teammates and made the team more difficult to defend. A defender who could guard multiple positions. Cunningham's versatility on defense allowed her to match up against different types of players, from quick guards to strong forwards. Her defensive prowess was a crucial asset for the team, a perfect fit for Stephanie White's system. Cunningham's skills, attitude, and experience made her an ideal player for Coach White's system. She understood her role, executed the game plan, and always put the team first. Her presence was a perfect blend of talent and leadership, making her an indispensable part of the Fever's roster. Section 6. Building a Dynasty. Clark and Boston. In the world of basketball, few names resonate as powerfully as Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. These two athletes have not only showcased their immense talent on the court, but have also become symbols of hope and ambition for the Indiana Fever. Their journey is one of dedication, hard work, and an unyielding desire to be the best. Caitlin Clark, a generational talent. From her early days on the court, it was clear that Clark was destined for greatness. Her ability to read the game, her impeccable shooting, and her leadership qualities set her apart from her peers. Every time she steps onto the court, she brings a level of intensity and passion that is unmatched. Her journey has been one of breaking records and setting new standards. The future of the WNBA. Clark's potential is limitless. As she continues to grow and evolve, she is poised to become one of the most influential players in the league. Her impact goes beyond just her stats. She inspires young athletes everywhere to dream big and work hard. Aaliyah Boston, dominant in the paint, a double-double machine. Boston's presence on the court is nothing short of formidable. Her strength, agility, and basketball IQ make her a force to be reckoned with. Whether it's grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, or scoring crucial points, Boston does it all with grace and power. Her consistency and reliability have made her a cornerstone for the Fever. These two were the cornerstones. Together, Clark and Boston form a dynamic duo that has the potential to change the landscape of the WNBA. Their chemistry on the court is palpable, and their combined skills make the Fever a formidable team. They complement each other perfectly, with Clark's offensive prowess and Boston's defensive dominance. The Fever's hopes rested on their shoulders. The entire organization, from the coaching staff to the fans, believes in the potential of these two stars. They are seen as the key to bringing championships and glory back to Indiana. The pressure is immense, but both Clark and Boston have shown that they thrive under such conditions. Clark and Boston needed space to operate, shooters to surround them. For the duo to truly shine, the team needed to be built around their strengths. This meant having reliable shooters who could spread the floor and create opportunities. It also meant having a solid game plan that maximized their unique abilities. Veterans to show them the ropes. The presence of experienced players and mentors was crucial. These veterans provided guidance, shared their wisdom, and helped Clark and Boston navigate the challenges of professional basketball. Their support was invaluable in shaping the young stars' careers. Smith's departure, as painful as it was, opened up opportunities. More shots for Clark, more touches for Boston. The departure of a key player like Smith was a significant moment for the team. While it was a tough loss, it also meant that Clark and Boston had more opportunities to step up and take on bigger roles. This was their chance to truly lead the team and make their mark. The Fever were building something special, a young, dynamic core. The team was in the process of creating a new identity. With a mix of young talent and experienced players, they were poised to become a powerhouse in the league. The energy and enthusiasm of the young core were infectious, and the future looked promising. A coach with a championship pedigree. Leading this promising team was a coach who had tasted success at the highest levels. Their experience and strategic acumen were instrumental in guiding the team. With a clear vision and a winning mentality, the coach was the perfect leader for this ambitious squad. The future was bright in Indiana. The combination of talent, leadership, and a supportive fan base created an environment ripe for success. The Fever were on the brink of something special, and the excitement was palpable. The entire state of Indiana rallied behind the team, eager to witness their rise. And it started with Clark in Boston. Their journey was just beginning, but the foundation they were laying promised a future filled with triumphs and accolades. Together, they were not just building a team, they were building a dynasty. Section 7, Speed Kills, the Fever's new identity. Stephanie White had a vision: run and gun, push the pace, wear down opponents. No more half-court sets, no more isolation plays. The Fever were going to be a track meet. This wasn't your grandma's Fever team. This was a new era, a new style, a new attitude. They were going to play fast, they were going to play aggressive, and they were going to be fun to watch. The league had been put on notice. The Fever were coming, and they were bringing a new brand of basketball to the WNBA. Section 8, The Road Ahead, a league on notice. The Fever weren't a finished product. There would be growing pains, there would be setbacks. But the potential was undeniable. This was a team on the rise, a team with something to prove. The Eastern Conference was on notice. The Washington Mystics, the Connecticut Sun, the Chicago Sky, they had all had their turn at the top. Now it was Indiana's time. The Fever were coming, and they were hungry. Section 9, Final Thoughts, a new era in Indiana. The NaLyssa Smith trade was a gamble, a risky move. But it was a move the Fever had to make. They were betting on their future, betting on Caitlin Clark, betting on Stephanie White. Only time would tell if the gamble would pay off. But one thing was certain: the Indiana Fever were back, and they were ready to make some noise.